Good morning, everyone. And I want to thank you for being here. And for some of you, I know it was on short notice. Yesterday, the co-chairman of the Long Island Sound Task Force that I had created last year gave me their final report. And I have to tell you, I believe honestly that it was a scathing indictment of the federal energy regulators. Um, when I sat and listened to Andrea yesterday and of course to Lynn, you could see the passion in their voices and frankly, I think the disappointment. I think they will obviously have a moment to share with you some of the things they were thinking, but when you see Andrea pound her fist on the table, lightly though it was, and Lynn doing the same thing, he said, really what they're saying to us is that FERC's single-minded focus in approving Broadwater, no matter what the facts of the case really are. And when you see that and you hear that from individuals who have spent the last 2.5 years really looking at this issue, then you really have to say there is something here and we want to hear even more. The report finds federal regulators failed utterly to protect the public interest or even consider viable alternatives. Now, as you know, of course, as I said, the task force was created through Executive Order number 9 in August of 2005. It includes lawmakers, agency chiefs, local leaders, energy experts, and members of the public. What I really asked them to do as part of this task force was to review the project, double-check the conclusions of FERC, and then sit down and find out exactly what the public has to say about this project. As you know, we have crossed swords with FERC once before, twice before, some of us even more than twice before. So let's just say that we're not taking anything at face value. And after 2.5 years of study, including hundreds of documents, 16 public hearings, my panel reached 3 major conclusions. FERC never performed a serious analysis of the potential environmental consequences, and this is key. Also, FERC undertook absurdly limited review of alternatives. This is also key, and I'm going to ask them to talk about it. And the alternatives will likely be meeting the energy needs of both Connecticut and New York before Broadwater would ever even be completed or online. And as they said to me yesterday, if these findings are not enough alone to sink Broadwater, this report ought to simply blow them out of the water, and excuse the pun, but it really is the case. I am reaching out to the new governor, to Lieutenant Governor Patterson now, to discuss my strong opposition and ask him to join me. We have a draft letter that is being prepared now, and a copy of the report will be sent to him. One thing is very certain. He will have some very interesting information to digest over the next couple of days. And timing is important because we do have an April 11th deadline for New York to make a decision, though I expect there may be a request for a delay in that. And certainly we understand that given the circumstances in New York right now, and we're fully prepared to do that. It will give the new governor some time to actually digest, as I said, all of the information that we will be giving them. For 2.5 years, we have really been dedicated to this task, and I really once again want to say to Lynn and to Andrea and to all of the members in the team that served on the task force, you did a great job. You did your homework. You did an outstanding, awesome report, and I will tell you, I didn't finish reading it all last night. I only had to get through the executive summary sort of piece there to know how your passion is on this. And I want to thank you for your hard work. And I also want to tell you that all of your work will not be in vain. We appreciate your efforts on behalf of the state. And on that note, the first thing I'll do is ask Senator Fasano, if he would like to speak for a moment.